Hey guys, my name is Dina, and today we're going to be talking about haze. It was everywhere. It was in my grandmother's basement. I mean, it was everywhere, you guys. As you can see, from a month or two, it's been all over the skies. Our skies were like really foggy. It looks like a straight out of a Silent Hill game. If you look at our skies right now, it's already clear out, the sky is blue, it's perfect, yada yada. I've been interested in talking about this topic since, well, the haze this year has been one of the worst hazes in Malaysia, and so I just want to talk about that and state my opinions on it. And also, I want to state my opinions on how we as citizens can put an end to this phenomenon once and for all. So first, we're going to define what is haze. Well, haze is a traditional phenomenon where dust, smoke, and other dry particles obscure the sky, making it very foggy. It has been classified as a horizontal obscuration by the World Meteorological Organization alongside fog and steam fog. A lot of countries have been through the haze, as you know, especially in Southeast Asia, which included Brunei, Indonesia, and of course, Malaysia! Now you might be wondering, where does the haze in Malaysia come from and how does it happen? Well, according to rainforestsaver.com, the haze in Malaysia comes from Indonesia, and it happens when the farmers in Indonesia, they practice this one thing called slash and burn agriculture, where they burn some parts of the forest in order to have big places for their plantation. Farmers in Indonesia do this because basically they're poor. This method doesn't really last that long. After about 2 years, the soil that they do the slash and burn thing becomes infertile. They will usually go to another patch of forest and they will do the same thing over and over again. Now, I don't think the farmers in Indonesia know when they do this slash and burn practices, the smoke from the fire goes up to the sky, and when the wind blows, it will blow towards our country, Malaysia, therefore leading to haze. And if you're thinking the Malaysian government hasn't done anything, well, back in 1997, it was the worst haze that ever happened to Malaysia, and this made the government of Malaysia and other members of the ASEAN community signed the ASEAN Agreement on Transboundary Air Pollution in 2002. But somehow, Indonesia is the only country that hasn't signed it. Now, it's pretty sad that Indonesia doesn't take responsibility on the haze that's rooted by them, and it even harms the health of our citizens in Malaysia, whereas schools all over Malaysia needs to be closed due to the haze this year. But in my opinion, us as citizens can do something as well. We should sign a petition and send it to the government so the government can show that petition to Indonesia, and they could actually see on how unhappy the citizens of Malaysia are towards the haze. We should ask them to stop the slash and burn thing and convert it to something else. One of those alternatives to using normal fertilizer. On a website called Socratic.org, if you do slash and burn, the nutrients in the soil will be taken away by the smoke, such as nitrogen and carbon. And whereas if you replace it with animal fertilizer, the nutrients will still be there, and so their plantation will last throughout longer than 2 to 3 years, as they do it with slash and burn. So basically, animal fertilizer is way better. The government of Indonesia has something to do with it as well. Other than not funding their farmers, they should actually take responsibility to the haze happening in Malaysia, and they should apologize and actually do something with it, like stop slash and burn. And of course, we can't really blame the whole thing on Indonesia. Malaysia has its thing as well. Take a look at these. All this smoke from vehicles and factories also caused by us citizens. So we should do something about it too, such as carpooling, an arrangement between two people to make one single regular journey on one vehicle. Through carpooling, the amount of vehicles on the road will be less, therefore leading to the less amount of exhaust released to the air. So in conclusion of my vlog, haze is caused by all of us. Us humans are trying to build our world into a very modern place for us all safe to live in, but we also don't think about what we're doing is also endangering Mother Nature as well. So yeah, I hope you guys find my video quite interesting in some way. And make sure to leave a like and comment down below on your opinions on it, how my video is doing. So yeah, that's all for me. Bye.